Hey, welcome back to the Mr. Excel Netcast. I'm Bill Jelen. Last week I was lucky enough to be able to be invited to Kent, Ohio, to the 32nd annual Meonske Accounting Conference. I was a speaker there, and in that great audience, a few people pointed out some cool tricks that I had never really seen before, including this one on pivot tables. Usually, and I've done a podcast about this before, when we use data subtotals, I have tricks for edit, go to special visible cells only, where we can change the color of the subtotal lines. Well, on a pivot table, it's also possible to do that. If you use data pivot table, I'll just click finish, and I'll create a pivot table where we have months going across the top, and then maybe region and product along the left-hand side, and revenue in the heart of the pivot table. Now what we'd like to do is take all of those region totals and change them to a different color. Now watch how this works. If I hover above the number 8 and then move slightly into column A and click, I will be able to very quickly select all of the total rows. Now once those are selected, then I can just go up to the formatting toolbar, use the fill color, and very quickly add color to all of the different subtotal rows. This also works with the grand total over on the right hand side. You need to get just at the edge of the word grand total and click, and then you can color the grand total. So I guess that's not as impressive as coloring all the subtotal rows. Again, the trick is just to make sure that you're right at the edge of the pivot table. You kind of have to have the cell pointer right on the word east. Another interesting thing that we learned is that it's also possible to select all of the XYZ values. So if I get just at the beginning of XYZ, I can actually change the color of the XYZ values, DEF, different color, and ABC, different color. Very subtle how you have to be able to actually click in a very specific area in order to pull it off, but a great way to add a lot of color very quickly to your pivot tables. Hey, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time for another netcast from Mr. Excel.